I know the Illuminati is against me. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. I know the Illuminati is against me. Council on Foreign Relations, the Illuminati, the CIA, the Trilateral Commission, Edward Bernays. They all have one thing in common. They grabbed power by positioning themselves as being the be-all, end-all of thought in the world. Yes, the world. One of the key ways that they did this was by having key people with influence those under their influence. That's where I come in. I've been here for 10 years, and I'm still no closer to being powerful than from the day I started. Now, some of this is simply the way that YouTube works. Let's say I make a video, and I'm very guilty of me being in the position that I am. Let's say I make a video on aliens, and it goes to 1 million views, and I have 10,000, 20,000 people subscribe to my channel because of that video. Excellent video, 30 minutes long. The problem is, if I don't keep making that exact video, the people won't check in. And after a while, they'll stop checking in altogether. So that's 30,000 people that will not ever check into my channel, or 20,000, whatever I said. This is why PewDiePie has 55 million, 56 million subscribers, but only 2 or 3 million actually watch his videos. Total. Now, some of his videos do go to 10 million or something like that. Those are new people who are watching him for the first time, or who are not subscribed to him. Now, why am I no closer to being powerful from the day I first started? Can anyone take a guess why that is? So, from the beginning of the individual income tax on, the powerful have convinced people to throw away their freedoms by influence. That's right, the United States was the only country in the world that did not have an individual income tax. Can you imagine today if you didn't have to pay federal taxes on your work? First of all, there'd probably no state taxes either. You'd probably be rich because so many other things have been impacted because of the individual income tax. I don't know if you know this, but there would also be no IRS. And no IRS would also mean that the dollar would be about 300 times more valuable, and it would be backed by silver or gold and land. Your house would still be probably worth $5,000, but that would be $5,000 in 1920s dollars. They knew way back then if they set up individuals to influence you, you would agree to a federal income tax. How did they do this? Oh, easy. They did it the same way that Obama did, which why people are this stupid is beyond me. They blame the rich. The rich were rich, and we need to tax the rich because it wasn't fair. They were rich. Sounds familiar? And once the public agreed that the rich should pay income taxes, it was only a matter of time that they climbed down the ladder to where we elect Obama, who literally lowered income tax to include everyone down to $0 income. That was one of the first things he did when he took office. How he got elected twice is a mystery. People have to be stupid for that one. So they go their influencers to get people to do things against their own self-interest. But then Obama's second term, his evil was in full swing. He went full hog on racism and creating thought police. International powers now called upon Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter to police their websites to stop people from getting people to do what? To stop people from getting people to think. I reported on Israel and China. No way could I have known then that it was already in the works to stop people like me. I told you that Israel had huge buildings of people who did nothing more than sit on the internet and make comments. That's all. Just make comments on message boards, forums, and now YouTube. Well, that wasn't enough, was it? Obama saw the birth of social justice warriors, idiot young people who literally were incapable of thinking for themselves. And with their force, the powers that be went full throttle on their destruction and marching forward for a new world order, a one world government. First, they had to have a willing army to influence the general population. But it didn't work. The general population wouldn't listen to a bunch of kids. In fact, no one ever listened to college students. Everyone knows college students are stupid, ignorant, and wet behind the ears. So they had to go back to the drawing board. The thousands of Chinese and Israeli message board commenting was time consuming, and their influence was minor at best. The rise of what they would call the troll, who are mostly the more intelligent of the online community, bashed out those people who attempted to steer people away from believing certain things. What they didn't count on was the rise of the troll and finally the real online community. The web was left alone for far too long and formed its own community. When Web 2.0 came along and advertisers flocked greedily to it, it was too late. For 30 years or so, publications and real documents were spread throughout the world via the World Wide Web. Entire forums had formed around entire historical books, dissecting them, discussing them. And a spin-off of this is that these men, yes, men, women were unheard of online, was that they understood that the world did not work like CNN would have us believe. Along with that, black characters showing up in video games also meant that this online community wasn't as divided as the general population was along racial lines. This community was also forming companies. Sure, there were no women in these companies, but that was the fault of the women, not the fault of the men. Those women who showed interest and pursued jobs in those companies had just as much chance being hired as anyone was. With Obama ushered in, and him repeating the lies that women weren't paid the same or weren't hired due to some sexist notion that he came up with out of thin air, feminism came to power. Along with the blind sheep called social justice warriors at their beck and call, the New World Order was set to pull the plug. What they didn't count on was that Hillary Clinton proved to be as bad a candidate for president as she ever was, and their plans all failed with the country waking up and realizing that Obama did nothing more than almost destroy the country single handedly. And Congress was more than happy to assist, meaning they gained more power with the Obamacare law that literally put the government in your bathroom, bedroom, and operating room. The final blow came when they got Google and Facebook to agree to police their sites for unwanted noise from the peanut gallery. I run several law firm websites. Google is a bit more wary of me than most people are aware of, but they can now secretly blackball you with their algorithm. Now, I have tracking systems in place to clearly see that although I have a huge channel, they literally stop views for entire hours from almost 2,000 of my videos. During the purge, my channel lost 600 subs in one night, and that was only because it was so all of a sudden and my tracking system noticed it. My channel still continues to get purged regularly. I lost 50 subs at a time. Since January, I've been hovering around 43,000 subs for the entire time. Only recently did it go back up to gaining 300 subs a day. Now I went from 100,000 views per videos to 200 views an hour. Now I ask you, think about this for a second. With 2,000 videos, how is it possible that 3 videos get 30 views an hour, but none of the others get anything, so that I get 200 views in an hour? And my subjects are wide and varied. Surely someone wants to know how to make mayonnaise from scratch. Surely one person wants to hear about Naruto or Bleach or other anime cartoons. It's impossible that someone doesn't want to know how to grow the tomatoes in a desert. My videos cover all of that and everything in between, but no one watches any of it. What's funny is people were complaining about advertising on one of my Bill Cosby videos. I have 23 Bill Cosby videos. The one that kicked off this latest wave of Bill Cosby interest, which got to 30,000 views in one day, made me 30 cents. But I kept making them, so 7 other videos have no advertisement on them. Then I made it to the top with all 3 of my videos. An advertisement was finally put on them. And people, of course, complained. Because screw me, I'm just a Negro. I don't deserve to share in the damn billions of dollars flowing through this website. And damn me for asking not to starve by having people actually fund the channel. Meanwhile, they go and donate to their church that does nothing but go into the pocket of their preacher. Those comments are probably all from shield corporations trying to generate hate on the channel, which people don't get. They're still out there, trying to make sure people don't subscribe to the channel, because a 1 million subscriber Shakaama channel might mean I travel from city to city and teach you how to think. I might start a revolution to get the states to repeal the income tax and the IRS. You see, I don't care about white or black. I care about real stuff. I care about you keeping your money in your pocket. I've said time and time again, if black people started businesses, most racism would vanish. I've said, if black people literally left white people alone, and I mean don't even talk to them for anything, racism would vanish. If we internalized everything, racism would be a thing of the past. But can you have a powerful Shakaama? Can you have me be an influencer and feminism still exist? Can you have me be an influencer and Black Lives Matter still be around? Can you have me be an influencer and Obama still have a voice? Anywhere? Did you know that he's a member of the CFR? Bet you didn't know that. Along with Hillary, of course. It's time to turn off the comments again. I have a Bill Cosby video with almost 100% shill hate comments on them. It's time to turn the comments off. People are no longer liking the videos. My last 6 videos never gained traction. Slowly, I'm going to a younger crowd, and the older people will leave. When women try to interject themselves into a male video, it's time to stop talking about serious things. When black people attack me in a video, waking up black people, it's time to start talking about Justin Bieber. My uncle said something curious to me the other day. This particular uncle was the vice president of the Western United States for GMAC. He was a big deal. He said, why make videos about the stuff that you make? Make videos that make you money. That's the only thing that matters. You know what? He's right. Be sure to like the video.
A battle is waging across the internet.
140 cyber attacks on U.S. companies.
30 million lines of code written. So it is almost by definition a preemptive weapon.
The U.S. has been engaged in a series of cyber attacks. China's military successfully hacked into Pentagon computers.
Electric infrastructure will be hacked and taken down.